Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are in the sticker editor. The sticker editor on Ride 5 is very similar, if not identical, to ones in other milestone games. So if you are familiar with MotoGP instead, or other games like that, then this is the same kind of thing. And the reason I'm here is for too long now I have copied numbers, I've copied sponsors, I've copied motorcycle designs, and never actually drawn something completely original. And really, if we look at like the names of the people that are considered the best at this tool, the best livery creators ever, the best sticker creators ever, I'm thinking FooXz, I'm thinking Mappo, Orange Skunk, I'm thinking Sugar Cult. Those guys are incredible artists on the sticker creator outside of just copying things. They actually draw stuff. So I'm going to draw something today, really to prove to myself that I can do it. And I have opted to draw Art the Clown from the Terrifier series. The reason I've decided to draw him is, honestly, there's no profound reason. There is a model of Art the Clown that I've got like leaning against my PlayStation 5 right next to my TV. Really, that was the thought that went into it. Okay, I'll create that, why not? So that said, I'm a big fan of the Terrifier series. I think they're an amazing bunch of movies and I highly recommend them. If you haven't heard of Art the Clown, have you been living under a rock? It's so cool. One of the best horror villains out there. So admittedly not for the faint-hearted, which is why you might not have heard of Art the Clown. The movies do push the boundaries of horror movie and slasher movies. The first one is probably more your stereotypical horror movie. There's some pretty cool violent scenes in there, but yeah, it's I don't think it shocked me. The second one, on the other hand, is still today probably the sickest twisted movie I think I've ever seen. Yeah, I need help, alright? But it's, man, I won't spoil it, but it's a surreal experience watching that movie, from the bizarre musical number in the middle to the almost light-hearted, jovial approach to some of the most violent scenes I've seen in any movie ever. I mean, I love horror movies and I love violent, like, slasher movies, but there is one particular scene in the second movie that stuck with me, and even today if I rewatch it I probably look away when that happens. But man, just such a cool character and an amazing movie. I highly recommend it. The third one came out last year. It broke quite a lot of records in the box office. It's from a horror movie, and better than the first one. Probably not as good as the second one, but still, what they've done is they've built the first one was just like a typical slasher movie. The second one really kind of took the character development a lot bigger, and actually made a really interesting story around it, and then the third one kind of carries that on. So yeah, recommend it if you just like violent movies and you're a sicko like me. Then highly recommend, this is not Terrifier by the way, a movie called Brain Dead. Brain Dead is a 1980s movie. It's just good fun. Just good fun, old school horror, but yeah, takes it to another level when it comes to violence in there. It's if you've seen Brain Dead, I think it's from like New Zealand or something, that movie, but you can just see that the actors are having a great time throughout. It's crazy. There's a lawnmower scene in there that you will not forget quickly, but it's not scary. It's just over the top, and probably the most bloody movie I've ever seen. But in terms of twisted, stick with me. Like, oh, okay, that was a bit rough to watch. Terrifier is right up there, and yeah, cool. It's a very cool character to draw. I actually see that the style as I'm building this, I used to draw in real pen and paper. Can you believe it? So I used to draw quite a lot, and I used to do a lot of portraits, and the style of this and the end result is similar to something that I used to draw. I used to take, I mean, I'm going back a couple of years now, but I used to take like pictures of people and draw like kind of black and white drawing of them, and then add like splashes of colour, tattoos, piercings, and kind of really make it urban. If you're on my personal Instagram, I guess if you scroll down far enough, you'll see those that I used to draw. But what's interesting is all those years on, when I'm using a completely different format and tool to draw something, it still kind of looks like the things that I drew anyway. So yeah, what you're seeing on screen, you'll notice that I'm putting red. Why is he doing that? Well, the colours are really bright on the sticker editor, strangely so. So I usually use red because I can see red, and then I'll flick it to the colour it should be. So when the sticker's finished and you put it on your helmet or your bike or whatever, then expect the colours to be darker than what they are, okay? And I'm also using lots of red grids. Once the overall picture kind of begins to take shape, I won't rely on them, but I need the grids to try and picture in my head where things need to be. It's in my head, it makes sense. It probably looks a bit silly on screen that I'm putting everything in red boxes and using lines, but in my head I can kind of see, oh, okay, so if I have the corner of the mouth here, I want it to kind of be this wide, and then I want it to be this kind of tall, and then I can help kind of keep it to scale. And it just seems to work for me. If you are trying to draw something on the sticker editor, well done, that's pretty high level, but you probably want to be doing something like this to keep yourself on the right perspective, I guess, the right skill. So you're not going to listen to me talking for 20 minutes. That would be a test of endurance for your ears that you don't need. So I'm going to come back at the end of this video, or towards the end of this video, to talk a little bit more and show you something super cool. Yeah, that's right. There's more than a sticker happening here. So I'm going to show you something very, very cool. So stick around for that. So enjoy some music. Enjoy this speed art of the Art the Clown. And I'll be with you real soon. Really does surprise me how many circles I've used on this so far. And as a tip, if you are trying to draw something, it doesn't need to be perfect in the sticker editor. The lines don't need to match perfectly, smoothly. It can look crude, and the reason is you want to try and keep the layers from getting too crazy. Now, you're constantly fighting, you know, on the one hand you want as much layers for your livery or helmet as possible, so you don't want to use them all on the sticker, but on the other hand you want the sticker to look great, so it's like a wow when somebody sees it. So you have to try and find the balance. In my experience, though admittedly not too much of experience creating original pieces like this, 500 tends to be all right. Okay, so if you are drawing something, maybe try and keep that limit to 500 layers. I'm looking back to when I first did the Trooper Triumph, and my Trooper was around 700, 800 layers, and as a result, a lot of the details I had to miss from the bike just didn't work as well. On this one, I tried to keep it as low. Obviously, I want it to look great, right? I don't want to cut too much details out, but again, the little details, the lines, the smoothness of the lines, when you put it on your helmet, when you put it on your bike, those are not that noticeable at all. In fact, it still looks pretty damn great. So try to keep those layers down that way. Doesn't need to be perfect. It will take you a hell of a lot longer as well. This drawing took me about an hour and a half. That is longer than what most liveries take me to do. Okay? So I think a good livery, or to give yourself, if you're willing to use some of the milestone stickers, then as a rule, and you have a statement piece like this, try and save 1,000 layers for your livery or helmet, and then have the statement piece be 1,000 layers. So if I can keep this to 500 layers and I put 500 on one side, 500 on the other, then that's given me enough then to put sponsors or something else, and make the bike interesting, so it's not just a picture on one side and the other, which can very easily happen when you're trying to create something in this level of detail. But we're almost done, and as I said before, that the colours will be darker, so you have to bear that in mind. What I didn't do for this one because of the lack of colour palette, but what you might want to do if you want to have a go at creating something like this, is go into your bike first, pop the stickers, pop the colours, maybe just get a square shape, pop that on the bike, and then you can match the colours well. But as promised, it's not just a sticker you're seeing today. I got something else to show you too. Check this out. Here it is. I have made a KTM Terrifier livery. Using the sticker, 500 layers on either side, gave me ample space, 1,000 layers, to create something cool. I went with some kind of milestone template, whatever you want to call it, sponsors. I created the Terrifier sticker and I splattered the hell out of it with blood. Why the hell not? But this gives you an idea. This is a good kind of template for anything that you want it to do. Maybe if it's not Terrifier, maybe you want to do a Simpsons livery, you could do a Simpsons character, you could do the Simpsons font, and you could do something similar, have a different colour palette, maybe make it more gradients. What I went with was a nice dark matte black background, and because it was matte, when I put the gloss red splats on the top of it, the red splats shine, whereas the matte doesn't, so it looks like it is actually covered in blood. Just a really cool effect. I'm super happy with how it turned out. If you're interested to see more things like this, more kind of out there liveries and sticker art, then please drop a comment below. Please like if you appreciate the time and the effort that this went into this, and go check out lots of cool liveries on the channel as well. Thank you for this rather different video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you soon with the next one. FooXz out.